Love beer and magic? Want to have a few and still make those big brain plays? Now you can. Athletic Brewing offers high-quality, non-alcoholic craft beers. From IPAs to stouts, they've got you covered. Head over to athleticbrewing.com and use code BTC25 for 25% off your first order. Hello and welcome to Brew Tapcast. I am Tap here today with an episode of Mashing in the Meta. In this series, we take a deck and we run it through a standard event to see how it goes. This week is a Dimir Flash list. So originally, early on, this seemed like really a playable, fun, cool, interesting deck when Ikoria first dropped. Didn't turn out to be all that super great, mostly because there's still a lot of huge aggro decks out there, and Teferi 3 is still the scourge of anything that you want to do at instant speed. You can't always counter that when it comes down, so this deck didn't really do all that well, but with the bannings and the companion changes, there was a little bit of a shakeup. Wanted to see how it would do in the meta. This is a little bit of a difference than earlier in the format. Stonecoil Serpent just seems like a great card to have. That's sort of like the newer tech, if you want to call it. It just helps to be combative against Teferi, as well as a lot of the multicolor things that people are doing these days. This is a heavier control version, so we're running 3 Quenches, 3 Sinister Sabotages, 4 Neutralizes, and 4 Brazen Borrowers for a little bit of control. We also have some attempts at dealing with aggro with Heartless Act, and again, Brazen Borrowers. The Brineborn Cutthroats are great. You can really get a lot of value out of those if you can get them down early and just sort of churn. And then definitely the crux of the deck fall with Cunning Nightbinder's good. It's not super great. The biggest thing it can do is bring down the mutate costs on Dirgebat. Otherwise, you're not always really profiting. I guess a one mana Brineborn Cutthroat's pretty cool. You can really go off that way, but ultimately it's all about Slitherwisp. This card just can like churn and gain so much value. You get a couple down and you just start casting flash things. You just have an abundance of cards, and it's all that. Just wonderful. Sea Dasher helps as well to keep the cards flowing. Being able to mutate onto flying things with Brazen Borrower or Dirgebat is really nice because you can try to get in with a little bit of evasion. And the other thing that's great about Dirgebat is, okay, cool. Let's say I cast for 4 mana, maybe I cast for 3 mana with a Nightbinder down, and I just have a 3/3 flyer. That's not great, but then you can spend 2 mana or a single blue mana if you have a Nightbinder out to then mutate onto Dirgebat and then shoot something. You can even have multiple bats mutated together, then have multiple, like, just machine gunning things down. So that's the crux of the deck. Got basic lands, so we have 4 copies of each of the duels. We got a single copy of Fabled Passage, 2 Locthwains, which can come in very handy, and then a 7/5 Island Swamp Split. There's some cards that we have in the sideboard just for things that might be better or worse. That's not really what we're doing because this is best of 1. So that's the deck. I think it's fun. I like playing these kind of decks, and I'm actually really excited for this to change coming with the new M21. So that brings, so far we have 1 flash creature. That seems pretty good. It's a 1 mana, can be like a 3 something or other with Death Touch, which seems pretty good. Just maybe as an early beater or a defense against aggro. And then also that Teferi that allows you to activate on your opponent's turn. Imagine having this sort of deck being able to... I mean, maybe this even turns into like a mill deck as well. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, I think there's some flash fun to be had here, and I think there's some flash fun to be had when M21 comes out. So let's jump into some games and see what you guys think. Hinks is our opponent right now. Hinks. Opponent goes first. They kept 7. We can go get ourselves an island. This is slow. Maybe we can get ourselves something quicker. So maybe we'll see a Quench off the top or something like that. So our opponent is Sultai. Pass. Island. Pass. Growth Spiral's good. Into Fabled Passage. Didn't crack it. I guess they're looking to see if they could draw another land, maybe? There it is. Uro. Can't do anything about Uro. Nightbonder. Slitherwisp. Drop a swamp. Go attacking. Pass it. Have counter spells. Gets a swamp. Fabled Passage. Gets an island. Nissa. Easy. Don't want to have that gal around here. Okay. Alright. I'll keep the Quench for situations just like that. I think we'll go ahead and get a island here. Five other? Five other. So I need one more in the bin to get him out. That's a Quench. They don't. Ooh, Thought Erasure. Let's keep our hand clear. Do they have Mystical Dispute? We might have Mystical Dispute. That's what they're probably thinking. Okay. Triumph Pass. Okay. Now, we can pass. So I think what we might want to do is like a Slitherwisp, Brazen Bower, or Bounce, or something. That's fine, I guess. Okay. Now they're going to try to arrow, which we will quench. And then we will Slitherwisp. Draw Heartless Act. Attack for 3. Pass. We don't have counter spells. We have some bounce. They don't have enough to do their Uro. Casualties of War, huh? Well, let's get our card out of it. Ooh, yuck. Okay. Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow. Another casualties? Do you have another casualties? Do you? No. Oh, yeah, you get to draw cards, you gain life, but I don't want to have that around right now. No, thank you, sir. Land. Cancel, or neutralize. Attack, pass. I guess we could have done a Stone Coil for 1 there. If they have a land in hand, they're going to get their Uro. Narset seems fine. Tameo seems fine. We can draw a card here. No, we can't draw a card here. Nissa shakes the Schmerald. Okay. So it looks like they're gonna escape Uro.
Forgive me.
We might have this. To counter that, we're dead. Growth Spiral's fine. Okay. Okay. That's 6 plus the 1 damage there. That's fine. We don't need to draw cards. We just need to hit for lethal. Nice. That was a close one, eh? We are ready against Nervos. Nervos. We go first with a hand I think we'll keep. There's no quenches. We'll keep it. I don't know if we really should have gotten an island there. Like, we have the Slitherwisp, but at the same time, I want to make sure we have counter magic up for... And, oh, never punished. Just never punished. Or, well, we're often punished, but just not for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. I don't know. Okay. Okay, getting after it. Alright, so they're going like little willy-nilly boys. So I think we just throw our... this guy under the bus. Another Slitherwisp. Pass. So we're not willing to throw a Slitherwisp under the bus here. So we will take our beats. And then they're not gonna have a land drop, which is pretty good. We're gonna play an island. Alright, so there's their land. We have no counter magic up. Interesting. So this is like just all Death Touch. This doesn't have Death Touch though. Oh yeah, it gets Death Touch. So this is just Death Touch dot deck. Oh, that's just Life Gink, Life Gink and Menace. We want to get the Death Touchers out of here because they're just not really nice. Pass. And we just gotta ignore the Vampire of the Dire Moon. Alright, well that's okay. So it depends on how they do attacks is what matters for us right now. So they're not going to attack at all, so we can Slitherwisp. Nightbonder. Or do we Sea Dasher, mutate, Brineborn, get Huge Large, and get after it? Oh my god. Now we're really cooking here. Why did I think that that didn't have or had flying? Oops. For some reason I thought it was a Brazen Borrower. Oh man, I feel like a total idiot. I never didn't have it. That's bad. That is bad. Oh, well then. Alright. Obnixilis, interesting choice. They're going to kill that. That's okay. We're going to draw 2 cards. That seems good to me. That's fine too. Alright, so do we get our flyer online here? Or do we just slither wisp it up? And then try not to die to the card draw? Well, actually, that's a legitimate point. Alright, so we need to start bashing.
Try not to think too hard.
Alright, so
Cherish your brief triumph.
Lochthwain. We have to discard 2 cards. And turn, we have to discard 2 cards. We want to discard Watergrave and Nightbonder. So if we Slither Wisp here, we could draw into a counterspell. So let's go ahead and Slither Wisp here. Because 2 and 2 wouldn't matter. We're more likely to hit here. Got it. Always had it. That felt good. That our cards did the things that we wanted them to do. Opponent passes. So we can Dirge Bat and attack. So that's 3. That's exactly lethal, actually. So let's Dirge Bat here. No, actually, it's more than exactly lethal. Well, no, it's exactly lethal. Well, that was fun. Cool. So yeah, I guess Slither Wisp really does things against mono black anyway. Here we are against Sioka. Sioka. These names. All right, we go first against Yorion. Okay, can try. Go get ourselves an island. And pass. Don't love that we don't have a second island. Temple of Deceit. No, maybe next turn. Want to have that quench up for stuff. It isn't a Karuga, so... Karuga. Might as well. Yeah, okay. So we have 1 turn, no counter spells. Hopefully they're not going to play Teferi. Okay, that's fine, I guess, the second time. Well, it's not a Teferi. That's, I guess, the only thing that would have been a little bit more painful. And pass. So we have some things that we can do. We can bounce that if we don't play anything that we want to counter spell. Complete Guard Mage seems fine to counter spell, though. Sea Dasher. not a counterspell. And that matters, I think, at this point in the game, and we're not going to get cards off it, so I think we'll put that in the bin. That's not a counterspell either. So we can bounce. And pass. We have a counterspell. So I guess we're getting a little bit aggressive here, but we want to capitalize on that. The Orion decks are generally a lot slower. So if they don't have anything to counter, we'll just Brazen Borrower and start pushing the clock there. It's a 3-turn clock if uninterrupted. So we'll see what they do. Omen of the Sea, okay. Yeah, you're getting some good card selection there, but... Alright, so they found something they wanted. Shatter the Sky, maybe. It's probably not really worth it for them at this point. Let's go ahead and Brazen Borrower. They probably want to try to get us to play out creatures. I don't know if they play Mystical Dispute in this deck or not. Okay, that's interesting. They do, okay. I guess we just pass. So Azorius Control, huh? This would be nice to have Mystical Dispute against, but that's not going to happen. So they got their Yorion. Get our Brineborn down. Yeah, you can have that. Alright, another counterspell. Do we want to just hold up double counters? We don't have double counters, so maybe we just go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't kill the Stone Coil, or sorry, it doesn't kill the Brazen Borrower, but it's also just a beater on the ground. We have Counterspell up for Urion, which I don't think they're going to play right now anyways. They could have double to Fairy, something like that. They could have Bounce. They could have a lot of things during those 3 cards. I don't foresee Yorion coming down right now. I do foresee Teferi coming down right now. They could have another Teferi. They could have a Mystical Dispute. They could have a lot of things. Swinging in for 3. No blocks. They have a Shatter. Interesting. Alright, so likely they don't have another Teferi. I mean, Yorion is a big boy, but he doesn't do all that much. But then again, he's a pretty good clock. And I think we'll just don't give them the card selection. They could have Mystical Dispute here, doesn't matter. Hopefully they are just left with a counterspell in hand. They'll probably sack their Omen. So really what we would like to see is like a Slitherwisp here so we can start flashing in. Oh, 2 top. Ugh. That's gross. Two top and one of them was a... Oh, maybe they made a mistake? But then they wouldn't have gotten that single one. So they have 1 card. Can they counter this? Are they going to counter this? If they Mystical Dispute, we'll pay. They didn't. And I think we'll lock Thwain here. Depending upon our opponent's play. Ugh, yuck. Okay. Not as much yuck. We have the ability to grind. I guess I should have played out that for the life loss if we do cast Lock Thwain. But at the same time, maybe it would have been better to hold it. One extra life isn't going to matter as much. I say that. It won't matter. Go ahead and flash. So they can have a bounce encounter? I guess they have, like, Dream Trawler, which is kind of gross. Alright, Dirge Bat seems pretty good as far as going on the train of killing things. Mutating, so we will definitely play out our land next turn. I'd love to be able to draw a card with Sea-Dash Octopus here. Let it connect. Come on, Sioka. Sioka. Oh my gosh. I know you have things to do. You just ain't doing them. I can see it. I can see it. I can. The things I can see. White, white, white. White, white, white. What is a triple white? Omen of the Sun? Omen of the Sun is what I'm guessing. So if we cast this, that's 5. We've got 5. We can have a counter spell up if we play the Lock Thwain. So I think if it's Omen of the Sun, we let them block and we kill one. We'll probably try to kill the Sea Dasher, maybe? I mean, that's a crappy use of it, but then we can neutralize. They only have 2 cards. One's probably Omen of the Sun, which is why they did triple white. We can even mutate onto the Sea Dasher to give it flying. Oh, interesting. So let's hope they don't have a counterspell here. It's not a Mystical Dispute, a bull thing. Oh, it's not counterable. What am I thinking? That would have been nice. Alright, so they're going to eat the Nightbonder. I always forget about that card. So, we really just got hurt because we didn't play the land. So, we learned a very, very hard lesson there about playing your lands out. And I think we're not going to worry as much about... So we're just not going to block here. We can kill... With the Mutate from the Sea Dasher, we can kill... So I think we leave up... Yeah, okay. Play our land. We learned that last turn. You can't. That doesn't matter. Actually, they just gave me an ability to kill Do we kill the... Do we kill the shark? I think we kill the shark because it just puts a bigger clock on us. So like a Dream Trawler just kind of going to own us, unless they are down to 1 card, so if we can try to mutate onto something. So they have the life advantage here, but we can also try to attack back and draw a card. I don't even know what we want to see off the top here. Frankly, we're already on a 2-turn clock anyway, so let's go ahead and draw. It's a Watery Grave into a Dirge Bat. Next. Draw a card. It's a Sea Dasher Octopus. We'll play this tapped, and we will pass. I'm going to create a token. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. We need 6, 7, 8, 9 to do those. So I think we just go ahead and mutate here and kill both creatures. It doesn't matter. Let's go over. And we can still trigger with Sea Dasher as well, if we need to. So that's the end of our turn. It just doesn't have a lot of damage output. That's the only problem. It's like a trigger city, but... I don't think, because we don't want to get hit with the bounce, I don't think we're going to try to Sea Dasher. Depending, I guess it depends on what we draw here. See, our opponent plays Ashiok. Okay. Our graveyard doesn't matter, it's more of the mill, and if we're going to be able to run out of cards. Yep. Oh. Heartless Act is pretty nice for getting rid of the whatchamathingies. Draw a card. It's a Slither Wisp. Alright, so now we're starting to maybe churn some things on. Here we go. So hopefully we can Slither Wisp, maybe Sea Dasher mutate, kill some things, get some damage going. Hopefully our opponent just doesn't have a lot of stuff. Yep, you can go ahead and mill us. That's fine. We've got 25 cards. I don't think we're going to mill out. We can try to flood the board with things. Are we going to get jebaited, is the question. Is this a jebaitment? I don't know. This seems like a good match, and I'm happy that this is happening. So we're going to definitely block here. I wonder if Omen of the Sun is something that they have. Alright, so I think what we want to do here is Flash Brineborn Cutthroat here. We're out of Shatter the Sky range right now. Another Slither Wisp is fine. I think that's it. That's all we're gonna do here. Didn't draw a counterspell. I can't get settled. I think we just go for it here, right? Are we gonna win this? We can. I mean, I guess we can quickly mutate if they're gonna try to Castle Ardenvale to get something. So to pull the mutate out. Man, I'm just like so on edge. I don't know what they have. We have the 2-mana mutate double Dirge Bat shot. So like if they create a token or Omen of the Sun or a combination of that, we can still... Okay. So they can't make a token now, right? So if we Slither Wisp, that's 1, and then Sea Dasher, that's 2, 3. We can probably get most of these through. We also could draw into some Heartless Act. So I think that's about enough to seal up the game. We'll see what they draw. There's no reason to let them not draw that card. There's not much they can do at instant speed, I think. At this point, they could Brazen Borrow or something. I guess that could hurt, but we still have the ability to flash in something to do some damage too. So they're at virtual 3 if we flash something in. So if any one of our creatures gets through, okay, so we're still having 3, 4, 5 get through. That's still lethal. Okay, I was thinking about it, but all right, that was a good match. I enjoyed that match. That was fun. That was a fun match. Here we are for a game of the Grinder A. Hopefully they're not going to be grinding us too hard. Opponent is on the play. We're on the draw. We have not a lot of good stuff we like to have in our hand. Feel like this is kind of a mulligan. I mean, I guess we can put down something good. Our opponent has no companions. I guess we can keep this and see what happens. It's a different sort of strategy than I like to run with this, but at least our opponent is on a ETB tapped land. So we're not going to be racing into too many things. We have a Scry off the top. Opponent gets a Swamp. Sabotage, Counterspell off the top. I think that's okay. We'll be playing a Stone Coil on 2 next turn, so I think we're probably okay to then follow that up with some counterspells. Mardu, Spaghettios. At least Stone Coil's got pro multicolor, so that's a nice turn for us to just go ahead and have a 2/2 that's probably going to be pretty healthily blocking the Dreadhorde Butcher here. Hopefully, anyways. Priest. Okay. Priest isn't great. So, unfortunately, we'll probably have to, like, counterspell kind of like anything. Oh, really? A Sedge Scorpion? Do we really want to do that? I feel like we kind of have to. They might have another land with a follow-up. I guess we'll... This is rough. It sort of forces our hand, but if we can keep them off of that sack outlet right now, that would be fine. If they just like play a land and pass, that's like perfetto. They're just going to take it and sack it anyways. Seems good. Alright, well that didn't go as planned. So they're going to deal 5 to us here, so we'll be going to 10. So really we need to get that Forgotten Gods off or dead or whatever. Are they going to follow Call the Death Dweller? Is that what I'm seeing here? If that's the case, we're probably just dead. Yep, we're pretty much dead. Menace and Death Touch, eh? I think we're probably dead here. We can get a 2/2 guy here. And then I guess sort of hope that that does something. We can flash in the Cutthroat. We can't block well here, unfortunately. But I also don't know if they really want to sack. So they're going to do 3, 4, 5. So we can go to 5 here. We don't have a counterspell up. We don't have a quench. We can be showing that we have a quench maybe, but we don't actually. So I think we're in a tough spot here. I kind of want them to go for... Well, that's a much better situation. Oh, that's a much better situation for them. Yeah, we're probably just gonna die here. They're gonna probably sack a cat and a scorpion. I think we'll keep the stone coil around. So let's go ahead and get our Brineborn Cutthroat in on the battlefield. We'll sack our Brineborn. They may just have some sort of thing to finish us off here anyways. We're going to take one from the Dreadhorde Butcher, and that is game. I don't know why they did that. I guess, actually, no, they only would be going in. Yeah, we're dead next turn. We have no way to deal with it. So... Alright, Thales Beyond. Alright, so we are in the play. We don't have a lot of early stuff here. I think we're going to mulligan this away. Although we have a Scryland, I kind of wanted to see a Quench or something. This isn't really any better. At least we have 3 lands. I think we'll throw away the Neutralize to the bottom here. Nothing on our opponent's side as far as companions, so nothing that we can gain from that. So I think we keep. We throw a Neutralize to the bottom, and we hope that we draw maybe into a Quench or Scry into a Quench or something like that. I don't think I want another Neutralize here. Table of Passage. Yikes. Alright. Play out a Swamp. Pass it to our opponent. Gonna crack their passage. Pretty cool Obnixilis art. Gonna get a mountain. Okay. Overgrown Tomb and Trail of Crumbs. Okay. So it looks like Jund Food or Jund Sack. Let's go ahead and Cunning Night Bonder. There's the Quench I was looking for earlier. That would have been nicer to have. Let's go ahead and crack in and pass over to our opponent. Maybe they go for a Mayhem Devil and we just quench the Jehovah out of it. That would be good here. Yeah, that's a quencher if I ever saw one. Alright. Happy how things are going here. Not happy that we're paying 2 life for our lands right now, but what else are you going to do? Need to keep the ability to really go off here. So if we can cast 6, 7, 8 damage, we can put a 2-turn clock on them. The Brazen Borrowers are really bad in this as a creature because they are so susceptible to single pings from Mayhem Devil. I think, honestly, I think we just quench this here. Or, sorry, neutralize it. I don't think that we want them to have anything here. Their escape isn't online yet. It's 5, right? 4 others, so 5 total. Alright, Locthwain's not bad. I guess we could have let that resolve. No, we didn't want them to have the token either, so... Alright, so we don't have a counterspell for that. They can sack a food if they want. We're gonna bounce the Mayhem Devil. And then we're going to play out and try to get a counterspell. Not a counterspell. So we can do 5 or we can do 4 and draw a card. We could draw into a counterspell. We do not have 2 blue available to cast said counterspell, though. We play this out because it is double blue. I think we just let it go. We go for damage. Because I mean, we just can't... I guess we could get a quench, but right now they got loads of mana for everything else like that. Yeah, we don't have a way to deal with this. So we're going to have to let that go. I guess we can flash in the Sea Dasher. So they're going to maybe go for sack. Okay. So we can save it with this and then bounce if necessary. They gain life, which is unfortunate, but... Didn't get a counterspell again. Okay, draw a counterspell, please. Oh my god, another borrower. Okay, so we can do this. They can sack a food. Okay. So, they have the mana to do this, so we're going to go ahead and force their hand here. I know it's crazy how many things we had. So yeah, they're going to go for that, which we don't have any way to deal with this. But it eliminates the other plays that they will have. It's probably better to get out a Brazen Borrower here, so they're going to sack their food. So they are going for the kill there instead of the ability to play something. Yep, so they may Trail of Crumbs. Yep, they're going to Trail of Crumbs. They get themselves an oven that they can't play, which is nice. Lose our flyer. They gain life. We bounce. Cat comes down. I think we just Borrower to get in more damage. Or do we Slither Wisp to... Maybe we Slither Wisp to put more... Oh, that's good. So if we kill... So they're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't die. So really, they don't have anything to sack here. They're going to probably... I hope they play the oven first. Or sorry, I hope they play the Mayhem Devil first. They don't, because they're not... apparently this isn't their first rodeo. Alright, so now I think we have to act. They can do 2 damage, so I think we just have to do this, though. I mean, the trigger's on there. We're going to get the kill anyways. Yep. Which is fine, because I still have a 3-3. Or do I not get the trigger? Oh, no, I don't get the trigger. Okay, so that's fine. We still got a 3-3 flyer. So I'm not really sure... we really wish we drew some counter spells earlier on. Alright, they're not going to pay. That gets back on. We draw a card. It's a Heartless Act. That'll kill. They get their goose. They can sack a food. They don't sack a food. They could. So I think... kill this right now. Opponent's thinking it out. They can gain life and ping us for 1, which seems bad. They are probably going to maybe Woe Strider next turn. Alright, so they're going to ping us for 1. They have other things to sacrifice here? Why do I not see what's going on here? Did I miss something here? They don't have instant speed way to sack anything. Oh, now if I attack, it dies to the cat, which is fine. Alright, so all we got is 2 borrowers, so we can put the beats on up in the air. Hopefully they don't have anything that's going to deal with the bat. Oh, well, they do. They have a Corvold. That's pretty cursed. Alright, so they're going to sack a swamp. Get themselves a counter. So they can get huge, large. They're going to sack. Get themselves a land. They'll have 3. They can't. They could have things. They can't get their Woe Strider back yet. Dirge Bat. They're looking at Dirge Bat. They're looking at everything here. We got Brazen Bars that are going to come out of the gate here. They're going to pass. Are they trying to bait us into playing the Borrowers? Because I'm going to do it anyways. Now's when we wish we had that Slitherwisp around. What do you got there for us, Mr. Opponent? They're thinking. They're really thinking here. Maybe they disconnected, because I don't think they'd be thinking this hard, unless there's some sort of... They know I don't have anything in my hand. So maybe this must be a disconnect or something. Nope, maybe not. So if we get some bounce, we can win. If we really just gotta get something to deal with the Corvold here, I think. That's not it. Probably gonna kill the Dirge Bat. They have to do the cat thing. Make a food. What's happened? Well, I guess, okay, so they could have sacked their cat, brought it back. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess our opponent didn't really realize state-based actions are not respondable to. So, well, I think that I wish I could have saw the next couple cards on in the top of our deck. We would have been able to understand a little bit better what was going on there. They would have gone down to 1. We would have had flyers in the air. We would have had Slitherwisp. Realistically, we could have just... If they went to 1, they could have gone up a little bit more. Maybe just the Slitherwisp and some flash creatures could have done it for us. What we would have done at the end of their turn was flash in the Slither... Or we probably would have Castle Locthwain, flashed in the Slitherwisp, and then went from there. But I don't know. I feel like we're really heavily disadvantaged in that matchup too. That was just a misplay by our opponent. That was what cost them the match there. I don't know where the game would have went. All right, so those were the matches. So they were definitely cherry picked for the video because I had quite a bit of difficulty getting to a couple wins. It did definitely. Took a couple of runs through the standard event to really showcase what the deck wanted. So yeah, I do not think this is a great deck for the meta right now. It's just like there's a lot of aggro going around, and you can draw quenches when you don't want them. I think that probably Quench is not a great card to have. I almost think that like Mystical Dispute might be better. We saw that in a couple of the blue when we were playing blue decks. But otherwise, Quench is just not that great. And there's no way to sort of loot or discard for value things in this deck. So ultimately, it's sort of... Originally, I played it from the, oh, well, Quench on turn 2 is always what you want, and it's just, you're going to be great. And that doesn't always work that well. I think more likely it's cool. Let's have Slitherwisp and then some control to keep it on the board and then slowly gain value with flash creatures. So looking back on it, I think maybe we'd lose the Quenches. We might pick up some... Lose Quenches, maybe lose a couple Sinister Sabotages. I kind of like those. We might be able to lose the Heartless Acts. Maybe we want to put in some of the Pouncing Shore Shark and try to go a little bit more control and bounce that way. We also might want to put in Spectral Sailors, because that's super cool when you can pay 1 blue mana to drain your opponent, or to ping your opponent and draw a card, and then you have a 1/1 flyer. So I think that's pretty good. You can also use that as a mutate target for, if you put the Shore Shark in, or you have the Dirge Bat, Sea-Dash Octopus. So I think this particular bill is definitely not good for the meta right now. Maybe it'll get better as we go towards Mutate. Maybe it'll get better as we get into M21. Maybe we got to wait until rotation for this to really be showing its true colors. We will lose a bunch during rotation, but I think that about half of this deck we could replace with other stuff, especially if we're going more Mutate package-wise. We'll definitely want to have Brazen Borrowers, because they're going to fall out. Maybe not. No, they don't fall out. It's Cutthroat, Quench, and Sinister Sabotage. I think that really leave. And that's sort of... And then oh no. The Watery Graves leave. I forgot. Rotation's going to be painful. In any case, that was the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. It was still fun to play the deck. I just don't think it's a great choice to try to, grind with. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff if you enjoyed the content here. If you didn't, don't bother. It's not if it's not for you, it's not for you. In any case, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.